see that in like Julia Roberts movies aren't about being yourself. They're about like becoming awesome.
No, yeah, it's like I wrote down a few of those lines because it's like this is not what you would have. Like it's like you would never have Julia Roberts walk into a diner and say, "I'm gonna do the Romy voice. Do you have some sort of businesswoman special?" Like you don't see that. You don't have anyone just like pretending. It would be something where like, yeah, they learn how to like fake it until they make it, and then they're able to pull it off. And I think the real lesson is like when Michelle's like, I thought we were pretty cool until this reunion, and I thought our lives were great until you said that our lives weren't great, right? And I think there's something really interesting in that, and of like it's okay to just be like this kind of loser, right? Like I don't know
and
if that's
not
a positive,
care
yeah.
and not care what the
Yeah.
Christy Mastersons of the world think of you.
Right. Like it's because it does become irrelevant. I think, and I harped upon this a lot when I was thinking about like, well, that's a joke because I told you in 12 seconds what movie I wanted to choose. But I was thinking about this after I said what movie. Is like they're supposed to be 28, right?
Yes.
Like, or 27, 28. And like obviously like part of the gag is kind of like what happened in American Summer, where it's like, yeah, clearly none of the Cameron Manheim is not 28, right? Lisa Kudrow is not 28. The only person who is near 28 is Mira Sorvino. So like part of it is like LOL, right? But underneath that sort of LOL of like, these are all adults here is this idea in the 90s, and I think it still carries on today, of like, what are you going to be and do before you're 30, right? Like, and I kind of, as much as I can LOL about that, I mean, I remember having that crisis too, of like, I was, and this sounds like such dipshit shit, but it was just like, I was finishing up my PhD and I was like, I have to finish while I'm still 30. I have to like, I put my defense date so that it was before my 31st birthday, so that it was just like, did it. It's such a
dude. All that is so.
thing.
To me, it's so like when I'm hearing that, it's like heartbreaking because like I mean, high school was not easy for me. And when I was 5'7" when I graduated high school. I'm much taller now, and I was really and I was 5'7", but like when I say 5'7", nothing against 5'7" guys. It was that I looked like I was 12 years old when I graduated high school, and my dream of the reunion was that I would be like this tall, like I would come to the reunion as this, like in other words, it was all physical. Like it was entirely I will be tall, I will look like a man, and people won't recognize me, and they'll be, oh my god. And that was my fantasy of the reunion more than like being successful. Although I probably had that fantasy too.
But in a way, that is kind of like a version of being successful, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So
I mean, in the movie, isn't it? They talk about what they look like.
Yeah, you're like, my success is that like my gunny sack is going to squirt enough hormones into my brain so that I grow another 3 or 4 inches. Like, I actually don't know how tall you are, David, but
I'm 7'9".
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
I barely fit in this room.